Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather This Morning.
Well, hey, good morning, and welcome into Mississippi Live Weather This Morning. Here's what you need to know for your day ahead. Thanks as always for tuning in with us out here on your Thursday morning. Number one is rain returns today. I'm already tracking some ongoing rainfall out the door for some of us this morning. That's going to continue for your day ahead. Another thing to note with this system that comes in is a wintry mix will be very, very close by. Now, as I said, close by, just note my words there. They are purposeful. And also these two words, remains north, also very purposeful there as well. So that's just something that you need to know. It's going to be very close to us. I'll track where exactly it's going to be setting up. But just know it remains north, but it is tracking very close to North Mississippi. And then another thing is we are looking at a warmer weekend ahead. So if you want conditions a little bit warmer than they have been the past few days, you're going to be getting it out there for your weekend. Here's a look at Mississippi Live radar this morning, tracking out a few showers that have been moving in over your past few hours. Zooming this out, you can see the more consistent rainfall does remain down to the south. So the further south you go, the more you're seeing more consistent, a little bit more widespread rainfall just south of our area from Philadelphia down to Meridian, also down to places like Jackson as well. Right now, though, we are still seeing a few showers out there, very scattered in nature, sitting from places like Lafayette County down into places around Webster County and sitting also to the east. So if you're along 55 dry right now, we did see some rain move over 55, but the majority of activity right now sitting just to the east of 55. You can still see a few showers stretching from places like Columbus, Starkville as well, the Golden Triangle region getting in on this, Louisville, Macon, Kosciuszko did get in on this, but again, these are continuing to track off to the east, so they're continuing to move out of our area as we head over your next hour ahead. So that's the overall look of what things are looking like this morning. Let me show you some looks outside. Not everybody dealing with rain. Everybody dealing with a lot of clouds, though. Live look over in Amory, cloud cover definitely prevalent. You can see the showers just sitting south of the city of Amory. So again, they're very scattered in nature, maybe not within every specific city, but definitely surrounding the area this morning. Temperatures in the upper 30s. So definitely another cold start and a cold rain if you're getting in on it. Take a look over in Macon. This has kind of been our hot spot of the morning that's continued to get that consistent rainfall down in Noxubee County. And you can see the ongoing wet roadways as well. So conditions in the 40s there. Rain continuing within Macon as well. Again, wet roadways making things a little bit slick this morning. So if you're dealing with that, make sure to take it slow. Temperatures right now still hanging out in the 30s for a lot of us. 37 in Water Valley, 36 in Oxford, 35 Senatobia, 36 up in Corinth as well. A few 40s on the map as well from Houston, Eupora down into Kosciuszko. Over your first 12 hours, temperatures going to be sitting pretty consistently from what they are now going into your 8 o'clock hour. So 30s, upper 30s to low 40s out there. About a 20% chance of rain hanging on through 8, and then we'll drop it down after that. Going to midday, we're actually going to be seeing a little bit of a brief pause, break in the rainfall, temperatures in the middle 40s before we pick back up on rain chances this afternoon and evening. Temperature is going to be in the 40s today, so middle to upper 40s are what's expected into your afternoon ahead, a lot like yesterday. And again, temperature is going to be sitting near 40 by 8 as well. Let's look at the overall picture of what's going on current satellite and radar. You can see just the majority of that rainfall in the heaviest portion sitting south of the area. So South Mississippi, South Alabama into Louisiana, getting in on the majority of that heaviest of rain. You can also see a little bit of that wintry mix. I know that's always on everybody's eye if there's some blue on the screen close to us. Yeah, wintry mix stretching from places like Northwest Arkansas into Oklahoma. This is what we're watching that could briefly try to impact folks close to us. So let's talk about this rounds of rainfall today. Going over your next few hours, again, around 10 till about noon, we're looking at a brief break in the rainfall, but watch as I advance this into the afternoon. Does not stay for very long, and more rain is moving through. As we head 3, 4 o'clock in your afternoon, yet again going to be seeing rain across the area. A few of those could be on the heavier side of times. Now, we're not looking at anything severe, but a few heavier pockets nonetheless. We'll watch rain continue to move through overnight and mainly out of here by your Friday morning. But here's the thing. If you got any plans this afternoon, all the way into the overnight hours, we're looking at pretty consistent rainfall taking place. So not a great evening for any plans or any parades out there as well. The majority of Friday actually looks to sit pretty dry, maybe a few light showers, but overall dry. Here's the overall look at the wintry mix possible. Now I want to show you this map. I know it's a lot, so stick with me. We'll talk about it because it'll help you understand where this wintry mix is setting up today. Here's an overall look at where that system is tracking. That low pressure system, right now it's hugging along the Gulf Coast. It will continue to make its way north and east, stretching up into the Carolinas out here by your Friday morning. As it does, on the very northern edge, northern fringe of that is where we could see the potential for that wintry mix crossover. Now here in North Mississippi, mainly, if not all, just cold rain. However, on the very fringes of our area, I'm talking the Tennessee state line, is where we could see some light icing or sleet possible. Again, that's very, very close to us. So I just want to make note of that if you are traveling closer to maybe the Missouri Boot Hill, northeast Arkansas, northwest Tennessee, getting in on some of that potential crossover between cold rain and the potential for some ice there. Now, impacts remain very, very low even for them. But again, it's something we're going to be watching this evening. It's something Matt and Gabe are going to be keeping their eye on this evening as well, because folks in DeSoto, Marshall, Benton, Tippah County, furthest northwest Mississippi that we're talking about, could potentially see a brief crossover from this. But again, impacts remain little to nothing. Just something of note with this system. The further north that you go, yes, seeing that wintry mix and even the potential for some snow on the very northern side of this in places like Kentucky and into the Virginias. So that's the overall look of where that's going to be setting up today. Coming up next, we'll take it hour by hour. I'll show you when we're going to be seeing that crossover take place and the hour by hour for rainfall across North Mississippi today and tomorrow. If you got any plans, you're going to want to stick with us through that. Of course, we'll have a full look at your 7-day as well, coming up right after this.
Give the gift of a delicious burger from Bulldog Burger, a soup and sandwich from Sweet Pepper's Deli, appetizers and cocktails from The Grill, or even a wood-fired steak from Harvey's. Choice is the perfect gift. An all-in-one gift card from Eat With Us.
Enjoy your home for the holidays with store-wide savings at Room to Room. 50% off, 48-month special financing, and as our gift to you, a free accessory buyer's card. There's something here for everyone, including gift cards. Merry Christmas from Room to Room Tupelo.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Right now, from the Room to Room Weather Center, here's meteorologist Maggye McAuley.
Hey, and welcome back into Mississippi Live Weather this morning out here on your Thursday morning. The time now is 7:39. Thanks as always for tuning in with us. Want to show you the ongoing rainfall. It is moving out of the area, but still seeing some impacts from that out there this morning. Some very isolated showers happening along 278 and south from Oxford, south of the city of Oxford, down into places like Derma, Houston, Ecru, dealing with that as well. Again, just very isolated showers, light showers happening right now. Now, the further south that you go, the more consistent your rainfall is. So Golden Triangle region, Starkville, Columbus, West Point dealing with that this morning. And then south of that as well, from Louisville down into Macon, getting in on some pretty consistent rainfall out there this morning. All of these showers are making their way off to the east and will continue to move out of our area. And even the heaviest of rainfall sits just outside of North Mississippi in places like Meridian. Let me show you a live look of who's getting in on some rainfall this morning. I told you if you're headed out on campus not say minutes ago, about 30 minutes ago, I said this for the places like Starkville out there, the folks out in Starkville, students, teachers, hope you brought your rain gear. It's now raining on campus. You can kind of see the raindrops falling on this camera over on Mississippi State University's campus. Again, rain all around Tippah County as well. So rainfall happening now within the Golden Triangle region. Temperatures in the upper 30s. So it's a cold rain as well for those state students getting out and about to class. Definitely going to want to continue with your rain gear today. Over in Aberdeen, not everybody getting in on the rainfall. That's very close to them over in Aberdeen. You can kind of see a few dots on the camera as well, kind of happening within the city as well. Temperatures in the upper 30s. So like I said, just pretty miserable rain out there for it to be 30 degrees and raining. Definitely cold rain. Same story over in Oxford, but I'm not seeing any rainfall on this camera. We are seeing a few light showers surrounding Lafayette County, but overall nothing happening within the city of Oxford right now, and temperatures in the middle 30s there. Take a look at this messy go of things. You can see it on our airport delays where all of that rain is happening down to the south. Definitely the heaviest of rain the further south that you go. However, it's not causing any airport delays, so that's some good news. All of those airways along the Gulf Coast looking good to go this morning, and all of our regional airways looking good to go. As for airport delays more nationally, I had to step out just to make sure I'm not lying to you. I'm not looking at any delays within those as well. As for your day ahead here in North Mississippi, keeping about a 20% chance through 9, then we drop it to a 10 because we're actually looking at a brief break or pause in the rainfall as we head later on in your morning hours into your early afternoon. So those lunchtime plans actually looking pretty dry out there. Now some wet roadways, but not necessarily any ongoing rainfall. Temperatures near the low 40s by 10, middle 40s by your 11 o'clock hour. Most of us going to be topping out in the 40s today. Most of us in the middle 40s. So a lot like yesterday, definitely still cold out there, and rain does move in and out throughout your day ahead. Rain chances hour by hour. Again, we're looking at multiple rounds. One of those is taking place right now, and over the past few hours, we'll see that brief break, that 10% chance hang on all the way through noon around 1 p.m. And then look at this, as we head into your afternoon, you can just see that stair step upward, and rain chances really increasing as we head later on in the evening. And then into those overnight hours. So any plans this evening? Not a great day for parades, outdoor activities, or just in general. It's going to be cold and rainy out there as we head throughout your evening ahead. So let's take it hour by hour. Let me show you it on Futurecast. As we head over into your 10 o'clock hour, you can see those rain showers really happening in the same places they are now. Those will continue to move out. Here's that brief break that happens. And then around 3 o'clock, we're tracking more showers happening back in the area, crossing over the Mississippi River, Northwest Mississippi getting in on it, of course, sooner than everybody else, around 2, 3 o'clock, and then we'll see that continue to move into your dinner time hours. So that's why I say, if you got any plans this evening, make sure they're indoors and make sure you grab your rain gear as you're headed out. Here's what we're watching, that wintry mix. It's going to be very, very close to the area. Again, most of us, not all of us, just dealing with cold rain. However, the closer you are to the Tennessee state line, I'm talking DeSoto, Marshall, Benton, Tippah County, those are the counties, the furthest northwest counties that we have, are what we're going to be watching for the potential of a brief crossover between cold rain and maybe some sleet in there. But impacts will look minimal to nothing, but just something I want you to note. Matt and Gabe will have more details on me tracking that out tonight. The majority of that impact will remain off to our north as we head overnight into your early Friday morning. Going overnight, again, just dealing with some cold rain out there. So plans this evening, that rain hangs on all the way to your early morning hours of Friday. The good news is by the time most of us are getting out and about on your Friday morning, we're actually not dealing with any ongoing rainfall. A lot of clouds, but not necessarily rain. Throughout your day ahead, we could still see a few light showers, though, along and south of 82. So keeping about a 20% chance in there for Friday, but I think a lot of us actually look to sit dry. How much rain are we looking to see? Once everything is said and done throughout today, and a few shower chances for your weekend, but very minimal at that. So mainly out there over the next 24 hours is when this rain's going to be falling. Of course, along the Gulf Coast where that overall system track is happening, could see about 2 to 3 inches. Closer to here in North Mississippi, the further north you go, the less rain you're going to be seeing. So that's the overall trend. Yes, potentially about a 1/2 inch around the Golden Triangle region and south. A quarter in Lee County, and again, the closer you get to the Tennessee state line, about a 1/10 inch at best. For your weekend ahead, things do get a little bit warmer as in 50 degrees. But hey, we're in the 40s and we have been all week, so 50s will take it. 52 on Saturday, middle 50s out there on your Sunday. Warmer afternoons ahead, very low rain chances. We are still seeing a few chances for rain, especially out there for your Sunday, but they're very low, very slight rain chances, and things actually look to dry out as we head further on into December. So going into your next work week, things look to be a little bit drier than they have been over your past week ahead, stretching all the way from New Mexico, Texas, Arkansas, and then into here in North Mississippi. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. 40s hang around today and tomorrow, and then we get into the 50s for your weekend ahead. Going into your work week, even though we'll start off in the 40s, things do look to warm up. Take a look at the end of our 7-day forecast. Temperatures look to eventually get by midweek near 60 degrees. So definitely some warmer afternoons ahead by the middle portion of our next work week, something to look forward to. Hey, if you're keeping up with all of the high school football games, the playoff games that are still ongoing, so are we. Our Will Kohlmeyer has the latest on all of those playoff games that are happening over your next few days. Here's Kohlmeyer's Corner.
Welcome to Kohlmeyer's Corner. We've been talking high school football all season long, and now we are finally here. The state championship clashes at Davis Wade Stadium in Starkville. I've been there 2 of the last 3 nights, kind of leading up to what we've got coming up on Thursday. Today, I'm in the studio, and let's start with the first state championship game on Thursday. It's an afternoon game at 4 o'clock. Calhoun City in 1A taking on Simmons. This used to be called Hollandale Simmons. A couple years ago, they switched over to Simmons itself. And let's start breaking this one down. For Calhoun City, they're looking for their 3rd state title ever, and their first since 2016. And they've got a quarterback, Harlan Pittman. We've talked about him throughout the course of this season. He can really get it done through the air and on the ground. In fact, he's accounted for 2,000 yards of total offense and 28 touchdowns when you combine his rushing and passing total. Now, Simmons comes in. They've won 3 state titles, and they won it all in succession. I don't know if you remember, but back in 2015, 2016, and 2017. So Calhoun City starts it off against Simmons. Now, we switch our attention from 1A to 5A, and we've got a game that will have, I think, a huge crowd as West Point, not much of a drive this year to play for a state championship, and their fans heading over to Davis Wade Stadium in Starkville as they'll take on Brookhaven, and this will kick off at 7:30. West Point going for their 14th state title, and that's the best. Well, of course, they already got 13. They won it all last year. That is number 1 right now in Mississippi. They're going to try to add to that total for one more on 14 with their win if they can get one against Brookhaven. I was talking to West Point head coach Brett Morgan earlier this week, and I asked him what's been stressing him the most. He said, Brookhaven. I was like, and he said the entire team. And there's a reason why. They've got a very talented quarterback that can really beat you both ways, like we talked about before, running and passing. His name is Jaden Allen. And folks, he has accounted for 37 touchdowns this year. He has led Brookhaven. What a year they've had. Yes, they've lost 2 games, but they have not lost to any 5A teams, which this, of course, is the 5A state championship game. And that should be dandy. You see what both those teams can do offensively and defensively. So that sets the table for the Thursday matchups. I'll continue my previews the rest of the week. But for now, that'll do it for this edition of Kohlmeyer's Corner.
Well, there's your update from Kohlmeyer's Corner about all the playoff games that we're going to be talking about and looking at over your next few days ahead. Of course, we'll continue to talk about the weather and the ongoing rain conditions as we head throughout your day. So make sure to pack the rain gear and make sure to tune in to Mississippi Live Weather at 5, 6, and 10 as Matt and Gabe will continue to track out these rain chances that continue into your evening. And I'll see you right back here on Mississippi Live Weather this morning at 6:30 on your Friday.
I'm your retirement fear, but don't be scared. You're still in pre-tirement.
Does that mean I have more time to plan?
Precisely. This is pretirement.org.
This isn't scary. I'm doing it.
The bravest thing that my dad has done has been going back to school.
It wasn't when he first enlisted, it was when he found his first support group.
The bravest thing she did is when she asked for help.